Hi, my name is Ariel,
And my name is Etta.
and welcome to our channel, How We See Things. And today's topic is going to be about individual self.
And the misunderstanding a lot of people have when it comes to this about we all spiritually connected.
Yeah, we're all one and we're all connected, which is a truth, but we also have our individual self, which is the flip side of that coin. That we are our own individual and what are our own uniqueness and our own light. And sometimes this can be very confusing because we are saying always we are connected, we are all one. And
That doesn't mean we are all the same.
Mm.
We might be made out of the same clay, but each clay comes out, or each sculpture comes out differently. So therefore you are your unique self. You are not like everybody else, and you don't have to be like everybody else. But just because you are different, or it also means that you're still connected, though. So it can be a little bit confusing. It was for me because I was going for years, I am everything and everything is me. I'm just like everybody else, and I'm not. And I came to that exception yesterday through this new moon energy. Because all my growing life, I've been called different. I've been called weird. I've been called so many names, and it really did affect me because I just wanted to be like everybody else. But you can't. You cannot be like everybody else because you have your own individual being from your experiences and from your input in life, I guess.
Yeah, and I think this individualism, then we share it to the collective. That's why we are connected, not because we are all alike.
No.
So but really, I wonder when was it a time when you really feel that people were bringing you down the word you are weird, you're different? What was the feeling and how was that to go through actually?
See, I've been hearing that all my life. Since I just really remember myself, people were telling me that I was different. I didn't have a lot of friends, so I didn't have no friends because they thought I was so different. And when a child hear this all the time, you are different, you are, it does something to you. Then your biggest wish within you is to be like everybody else, but you can't because everybody is different. And everybody has their different gifts and their different abilities, and that is really what we take into the collective, the oneness, your own individuality, basically. This is something that I really had to struggle with most of my life, and I went through years trying to be like everybody else, but it just came out really scrambled because how can you be like everybody else when everybody is so different? So it's yesterday I really came to the exception. Yeah, I accepted it. Yeah, I am different. I have different abilities. Yes, I do scare people, but that's okay. You know.
It's a scary person.
Yeah, well, yeah, people do get scared of me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not putting out any aggression.
No.
But
yes, I haven't noticed.
but yeah, I don't know how to really explain this.
But how did you feel when you accepted it? Did you? How did that feel? How did that make you feel?
Free, actually. It gave me full of energy that I was I could allow myself to be myself, 100% authentic myself. And then and I just screamed up to the universe, yes, I am different. Yes, I can be scary. Yes, my fire can burn brightly. Yes, my light can shine. And if people can't take it and they need to use these words against me, then they are welcome to it. Just say it, because I have totally accepted it that I am me. Totally. you know, because like I said, we all have our different abilities. We all have our different gifts. We all have different emotions and feelings towards things. Nobody reacts the same way to one thing. So
even though you are connected to the same thing.
yeah,
And
you're connected to the collective. You're
yeah.
connected to the source.
Yeah. So even though if you experience something, that you are in a situation with a friend and you experience something, you experience it differently individual, but you're still connected to
The source.
source.
Yeah.
And that is what we are really trying to explain more. It is about
You as an individual. Yeah.
even though you're connected to the source. And this is where we usually lose ourselves, because we want to sometimes, when we're children and young and we have this insecurity, we want to try to fit into something, to try to fit what we feel is normal, what we think it is, what other people put sometimes on because we get hurt by it, or
but also what is normal for them, it doesn't necessarily mean it is normal for me. I have my own rule book. I have written my own story about what I think is normal or abnormal. And obviously I'm really abnormal in many people's books, but that is okay. I love it.
Yeah, but sometimes I think we also can feel that is in our book that other people can be a bit abnormal in, because we do, even though, do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, we do things, everybody does things differently.
Yeah. And this is what I think it is, because sometimes we do try to fit what we think society, what we think our book and what the other people's book is saying, and we try to match that.
Yeah, what you think the society wants. And that is, then you go really wrong way, because then you're not being your authentic self. And that is really, I think that's one of the things that you need to learn in this lifetime, to be you, accept all of you.
Yeah, also that to appreciate your unique individual self. There's appreciation, because when we kind of try to fit the book, sometimes we, like we said, we sometimes learn to appreciate things when we have lost it or in that way, and sometimes you feel appreciate for your own uniqueness when you're gone through something like this. So you can also show, then we come back to this unconditional loving yourself again.
Yeah.
To accept, to be the light that you are, and amazing who you are for being you. Like you have been saying.
You.
Yeah, but you have been saying always since you're amazing because you are you.
Yeah.
And that is authentic you we are talking about.
Yep.
But
have you had an experience with that?
Yes, I have. I have also been called being a bit weird, but I had a bit different kind of things, because I was weird, but at the same time people wanted to be around me because I created a lot of life, but at the same time people wanted to keep me at a distance. So I was both loved in one way and feared at the same time, which was a very weird experience, at least for me, because that was very hard to navigate. Why am I loved there? But when we come, so it was kind of weird, that kind of, and then I tried to juggle all of this to try to say, okay, how can I, what is going on here? And I was trying to fix something outside, to try to fit and try to meet the standards what I felt was lying outside of me, and to the source, instead of actually being myself. But that doesn't mean that if I put something out in the energy and I get certain repeat over and over again, I still have to sometimes go and look at myself, what I'm putting out, because we do attract what we put out.
Yeah, and also
do you understand?
I understand 100% what you're talking about. I also want to touch on, we need to be careful with our words. That is my experience, because when I said I was scary, that really underlined also what I've been hearing all my life, that I was different and I was out of control and I was this and I was that. What I really meant when I said when people, I really understand why people thought I was scary sometimes, because it is something within me, or something with me, or one of my abilities. I have to go into that a little bit more. Sometimes I can just look at people and they just start crying from no reason. No reason at all. And everything comes up, everything they have been holding in their heart. Also, a lot of people tell me, don't look at me. I don't want you to see. And I'm going, seeing what? I'm just looking at you. But it is something within me that helps people grow without me even saying anything. And as a child, and that kind of underlined, because I never understood that. Because it always surprised me every time this happened. But because I've been hearing this all my life, I'm different, I'm weird. And then when people reacted like that towards me, it just kind of beat it more into my head. Yes, I am different, I am weird. I'm not like everybody else. And I did not want to be accepted, because all my life I've been wanting to be like everybody else. And it's not until I got grown, what is everybody else? There is no such thing. Absolutely not. So I accepted it. I don't quite know what it is that I'm triggering in people, but I accepted it because it's only good. It's nothing bad. At least they tell me that I help. So
yeah, and maybe this is one of also your contract, that it is just to be there is enough. They say also certain people who has this spiritual, that's being in the room, can set things in motion. Doesn't always have to be words or saying anything. It's just that you are. Sometimes is enough to affect. But a lot of people, this can be very hard, and that's why I think that a lot of people can find you a bit.
Yeah, because I didn't realize this until my grown-up years. I was having that kind of effect. But as a child, it can be very confusing. Why people don't want to be around you? Because I scared them. They felt I saw too much. I knew too much. What I knew, I don't know.
And I was not supposed to either.
No,
yeah, I also have.
But I triggered something in them.
Yeah, and I also have experienced, a lot of people also said that. I remember when we had a coffee store, and certain people did not dare to go in because they felt, no, I didn't dare to go in. It looks like he could know too much. He can just look at me and just know. And I'm usually like, know what? I'm not nosy. I don't want to know everything either. It's like people set this thing that, you're going to know just by looking at me. And it's not my place. I don't...
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? They put this...
I understand, because... what always made me smile within myself, because I didn't want to show this to people, is when they said to me, "Don't look at me. I don't want you to, I don't want you to read me." And I said, "Okay, I won't look at you. I'm not going to read you." And I didn't quite understand what they were talking about. And then they looked at me, and then everything came up, And I said, "Okay, you don't want me to know." And I did not know, but now I know. So this is a really, really weird experiences. But basically, what we want to get, your authentic self.
Yeah.
This is accepting, even though you might not understand it yet.
Or if you don't understand how everything interacts around you, you still have been true to your authentic self, and accept every moment for what it is. Basically, because this can, because we try something to connect to the universe, which we always are connected to, but still find it very hard to separate, which it isn't no separation, because sometimes it feels like a separation. This individual and collective, which is basically together.
But that's what I struggled with also, is because if I accepted that I was different, that I felt like I was separating myself from others. But that's just an illusion. You can never ever separate yourself from others. That's why it's really, really important to understand that we are all individuals. We all respond differently to different things. We all have our own ideas and thoughts, but in the whole, we come from the same thing. We come from the source. We have a collective mind. So anything you individually feel goes up into the collective mind.
Yes,
Ideas,
and that is what heightens the vibration in the collective.
Yes.
It's because our each individuality. I can't say it today.
Individuality,
which is coming then to there, and that's what we really wanted to say, actually.
Yeah, to get across. So
I hope that
helped anybody not to be afraid to be yourself, all of you.
Yeah, and try to be this collective one without having your own individuality
lost in the process.
Yeah.
Be the unique, your unique self, and bring your unique self into the collective. And that would be much appreciated. So if you want to follow us and see our latest videos, then please hit the subscribe button and the little bell beside it. And don't forget, you are amazing just because you are you.
And if you want, you can also comment and write to us. We'd love to hear from you. And push the like buttons. And if you did not dislike it, we also learn from that. So please do what you feel is right for you. And always shine bright.
We see you hopefully next week. Have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.